The Great Chicken Soccer Showdown. Once upon a time, in the quiet little town of Cluckington, there was an annual event that all the animals looked forward to, the Great Chicken Soccer Showdown. Every year, Farmer Fred would turn the field next to his barn into a mini soccer pitch, complete with goalposts made of hay bales and a ball made of tightly packed feathers and mud. This year, the match was extra special because the feathered flyers were taking on the Beak blasters, two of the toughest, squawkiest teams in Cluckington. Every chicken in town had their feathers fluffed and combs polished, ready to see who would rule the roost. The teams were packed with talent. Captain Clucky, a feisty little hen, led the feathered flyers. She was known for her quick claws and her super cluck kick, a move so powerful it once launched an egg clear over the barn. On the other side, Rooster Ronaldo, the head of the Beak blasters, strutted around the field with his red crest standing tall. He was famous for his Rooster rocket, a spinning move that left opponents dizzy and confused. The referee for the game was Miss Penny the pig, who wore a whistle around her neck and had a pink hat with "Ref" written in bold letters on it. She stood in the center, gave her whistle a quick toot, and clucked, "All right, you rascally roosters and hens, let's play fair and no pecking." With a sharp toot, the game began. The first half, flapping and fumbling the Beak blasters started with the ball. Rooster Ronaldo immediately performed his famous Rooster rocket, spinning in circles as he approached the goal. But just as he was about to kick, squawk! He tripped over his own feathers and landed beak first in the mud. The crowd erupted in laughter, and even Miss Penny tried to hide her giggles. Captain Clucky seized the opportunity. She zipped across the field, wings flapping wildly as she dribbled the ball towards the Beak blaster's goal. But just as she lined up her super cluck kick, squawk, a cloud of feathers flew up, and Henrietta the goalkeeper blocked it with a mighty flap of her wings. The ball went flying off to the sidelines, landing in the water trough, splashing the cows nearby. The cows mooed in protest. "Keep it on the field," they grumbled, shaking off the water. The second half, the mighty mud slide after a short break where all the chickens munched on corn kernels for energy, the game continued with even more enthusiasm. The score was still 0-0, and both teams were determined to win. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and the wind picked up. Before anyone knew it, a rainstorm rolled in, turning the field into a muddy, squishy mess. But the chickens didn't let a little mud stop them. In fact, they loved it. Rooster Ronaldo went for another rooster rocket, but the mud made him slip and slide straight into his own teammates, causing a pileup of feathers and beaks. Captain Clucky saw her chance and called for a mud-slide maneuver. The feathered flyers all lined up, and one by one, they launched themselves across the field on their bellies, sliding toward the Beak blaster's goal. Chickens zipped back and forth, feathers flying and mud splattering everywhere. The crowd cheered and clucked, "Go, go, go!" Just as Captain Clucky was about to score, Sally the Silky, one of the fluffiest chickens in Cluckington, got so excited that she tripped over her own fluffy feet and did a dramatic somersault, landing right in front of Clucky's kick. The ball bounced off Sally's fluff, ricocheting into the goal with a wet splat, and slid right into the nest. "Joel," the crowd clucked, and everyone cheered. The feathered flyers had scored the first point. The grand finale, the headless chicken move with only 1 minute left in the game, the Beak blasters knew they had to pull off something amazing to score. Rooster Ronaldo huddled with his teammates, and they came up with their secret weapon, the headless chicken move. As the final whistle blew, Ronaldo and his team darted across the field, each one zigzagging and wobbling wildly as if they had no idea where they were going. The feathered flyers were baffled, and even Miss Penny the pig couldn't keep track of who had the ball. Suddenly, with seconds left, Rooster Ronaldo made a break for the goal, the ball clutched tightly between his wings. Just as he was about to kick, Captain Clucky appeared out of nowhere, blocking his path. They stared each other down, eye to eye. In a final, wild attempt, Ronaldo did his rooster rocket move, spinning and kicking with all his might. The ball soared through the air, bouncing off the barn door, off Miss Penny's hat, and then, with a soft plop, landed right in front of Henrietta, the Beak Blaster's own goalie. She squawked in surprise and accidentally kicked it right into her own goal. The final score with that accidental goal, the whistle blew, and the feathered flyers won 2-0. The crowd went wild, feathers were fluffed in celebration, and Miss Penny declared them the winners with a triumphant squeal. After the game, Farmer Fred awarded the feathered flyers with a golden corn trophy and gave all the players a special treat, juicy worms and a fresh bed of straw for the night. As they celebrated, Captain Clucky and Rooster Ronaldo shook wings, agreeing that it was the funniest, muddiest, and cluckiest game of soccer Cluckington had ever seen. And from that day on, the chickens of Cluckington would always remember the Great Chicken Soccer Showdown, the game where mud and feathers ruled the field, and everyone had the time of their lives.